Okay, hindi pa. So, okay, the recording will now start. So, again, our topic for today, for week 3, is all about graphing rational function. Actually, class, graphing rational function is quite familiar to you because if you already discussed or you already learned the rational equation in your elementary, sorry, in your junior high school mathematics, it is quite easy for you now to understand what is this concept or ideas that I am about to discuss with you. Okay? Especially na wala tayong module ngayon. So, I will be your number one source. Okay? Wala kayong module ngayon eh. So, lahat na i-discuss ko, more probably, is the only, what's tawag dito? Yun yung primary source of your information for our weekly in GenMath. Aside from, I already uploaded some video that I obtained from YouTube from a very special friend. Ayan, naglagay ako dun ng mga alternative videos just in case na nahirapan kayo na i-grasp kapag ako yung nag-explain. And yeah, oo, maaaring siguro dahil nga it's your first time to discuss this lesson or to learn this lesson from my discussion, maybe it's quite familiar na kapag sa ibang video ka nanood. So it helps naman din naman. Ayun. So again, it's all about graphing rational functions, and it's not really about graphing kasi hindi tayo mag-graph, though we will we will determine some of the key points or concepts in how to graph our rational functions. Pero hindi tayo mag-graph. Kukunin lang natin yung mga points na kailangan in graphing. Okay? Kasi why graph if we have, if we have graphing software, or ginagawa nyo na rin naman siya sa pre-calculus. So, mag-giveaway na si GenMath. Kasi ang focus ko talaga dito is for you to understand the equation, the functions, and then apply it to the problem solving and beyond. Okay? So yun. Okay. So let's proceed. So, ayan. In graphing rational functions, we have two main key points or points in the graph that we should look at. Kasi it helps us how to graph a function. And ano pa ba? And it really helps us to determine kung saan ba pupunta yung function or yung graph ng function. Papunta ba siyang to the left, to the right, and so wherein, yun nga, the thing is we're not graphing the graph of the function here, pero we will know these 2 points, or two key points. So we have the intercepts and the asymptotes. And I know for some of you and for most of you, you already encounter these words. Minsan nga hinuhugutan niya pa, di ba? Ayan. So, first, we have intercepts. Ito yung famous I think. Kasi remember that we have y is equal to mx plus b, where in b there is the y-intercept. Naalala pa ba yun? Si point-slope form ng equation. So, dito, makikita niyo ulit si y-intercept. Okay? So, before we proceed, intercepts are defined as, or the intercepts of the graph of a rational function is defined as the points of the intersection of its graph and an axis. So, if a graph, kapag magdodrawing ako ng graph and tumama siya in either of the axes, we have the x-axis and the y-axis. So, plural nila ay axis. Ayan. So, if as I've said earlier, if our graph, any point of the graph touches or crosses or meets our axis, kung x-axis man yan or y-axis man yan, that point, yung point kung saan sila nag-intercept, that is the intercept. Okay? Intersection, intercept. Di ba sa anime may word na intercept? Ako ba siya narinig? Basta may anime na, basta sa laban-laban niya, tapos pag sinabi natin intercept, sasanggain mo. Di ba? We're in may close contact doon. Ganon. Speaking of close contact. Ayan. So, intercepts, ayan. If we are about to apply this in our real lives, we should not intercept to other people at this time, di ba? At this very situation. Kasi, what? Madaling mag-spread ang coronavirus in close contact, di ba? Ayan. So, we avoid having intercepts. Ayun. So, anyway, so we have two kinds of intercept. So we have the x-intercept and the y-intercept. This is actually self-explanatory. Why? Kasi when we say x-intercept, of course, it's the point of the graph where it touches or it crosses or it meets the x-axis. Ayan, no? If the graph touches the x-intercept, x-axis rather, that point is the x-intercept. Ayan. Very important ano dito, important note is that the x-intercept is also the zeros of the function. So, para ma-compute natin si x-intercept, kung paano tayo nagko-compute ng zero, yun din po ang ating x-intercept. Okay? So, the x-intercept is also the zeros of the function. So, paano nga ba kino-compute si zeros ng function? Actually, may sinasabi tayo na it occurs at the zeros of the numerator that are not zeros of the denominator. Hanapin si zeros ni denominator, tapos, ano yung sasabihin? Tawag dito, hanapin si zeros ng denominator, tapos dapat yung zeros ng denominator, hindi zeros ng numerator, tapos kung ano yung mga zeros ng numerator na natira, yun yung zeros. Ang gulo, di ba? Pero, if you're about to process that, ganito lang yan. Ang una natin gagawin is to simplify the function. Kaya nga, ang sinasabi ko sa inyo lagi is to review all your junior high school and even elementary mathematics for you to understand or to easily simplify the function or the equation. So you need first to simplify the equation before what? Before evaluating kung ano yung hinahanap. Okay? Kailangan po muna tayong mag-simplify, di ba? It's like doing your task then. In able for you to do your task, you need to simplify things first. You need to collate those subjects and you manage your time. That's simplifying your task. So, kung sa tingin nyo, mas masaya ang pag-solve, pagsagol-sagol, I mean, hindi mo siya na-simplify, mahirap po yon sa mathematics. Okay? Kaya nga, the thing here is to simplify first the function or the equation before doing the steps. So in x-intercept, balik tayo, you need first to simplify the function. And then if you already simplify the function and equate the numerator to 0. So gagawin natin yan siya mamaya, don't worry. Basta ang mahirap lang talaga at challenging dito is yung pagsisimplify ng function. Kasi class, actually to be honest, it's not my part anymore because it's Gen Math, it's higher math. So para rin niya si pre-calculus. If you can't understand the basics of algebra, then you will be having a hard time knowing or understanding the higher math such as calculus. Okay, or even pre-calculus. Nasa pre-calculus pa lang kayo, nahihirapan na kayo. What if na lang kung nasa basic calculus na kayo wherein it is actually a one step higher. Diba? Kaya nga siya tinawag na pre-calculus kasi preparatory calculus. Ganon. It's the subject wherein you prepare for the devastations of calculus. Ganon. Pero anyway, ayan nga. So, Gen Math is actually higher math. Kasi nga, all of the principles, all of the basics, all of the necessities or necessary learnings in your elementary and in your junior high school would be applied all or most of them in mathematics. Yun. Amen. Ayun lang naman. So, as I've said earlier, you need to simplify, and to simplify those, you need to understand the basics of junior high school mathematics. And then, you may now solve for what is asked, like the x-intercept. So, to find x-intercept, you need to equate the numerator to 0. Okay? On the other hand, y-intercept is the part or the point of the graph of a function that intercepts, crosses, touches, or meets the y-axis. Ayan. If it exists, it is solvable at f of 0 or just simply substituting x with 0. So, ito yung pinakamadali, si y-intercept. Kasi i-substitute mo ng lahat ng 0 sa x, kung anong value na makuha mo, that would be the y-intercept. Okay? And x-intercept, class, x-intercept is denoted by the letter A. Letter A yan siya. Ay, sige. Letter A. Okay? So, kapag ang x-intercept mo is A is equal to, kunwari, 0, therefore, your x-intercept is at x equals 0. Ibig sabihin, yung sa graph mo, at x equals 0, yung kapag 0 yung x mo doon nagtama yung graph. Sige, mamaya, magga-graph tayo. Okay? Using a graphic software para makita natin kung ano nga ba yung interpretation ni intercepts. Okay? Sige, mamaya yun siya. Ayan. Pero, x-intercept is denoted by the letter A, and of course, y-intercept is denoted by the letter B. So, di ba, naalala niyo si point slope form, we have y is equal to mx plus b, wherein, sige nga, review, m is the slope, and b is the y-intercept. O, naalala niyo pa ba? Diyos ko, pag hindi na, bahala kayo dyan. Ayan. So, si B po dito is the y-intercept. So, kung si B ay y-intercept, of course, si A ang x-intercept. Ganun naman yan eh, kapag partner-partner. Usually, X, A, Y, B, minsan X, di ba, sa calculus, ang X ay H, ang Y ay K. O, di ba? May mga ganon. Ayun. Ayan siya. Tapos, pag XD, domain. Pag YR, range. Ganon. Okay? Sige. Based on this steps or definition, let's have examples. Okay? Sige, let's have some examples nga. Ayan. So we have here 3 examples. So all of these examples, hanapan natin siya ng, what's this? Ng intercepts. Okay, so first example, we have here r of x is equal to 5x squared minus 20 all over x plus 3. Okay, so ngayon class, ayan siya. So all we have to do is to discuss or to find or to evaluate the missing or the given. So we have the intercepts. Okay, first question muna. Is r of x already in its simplified form? Like it's simplified, no factors na kailangang tanggalin, na-factor out na siya, na-cancel na yung pwede i-cancel, and so sa tingin niyo ba si r of x is equal to 5x squared minus 20 over x plus 3 ay simplified na?
No,
Tingin
yes,
ko.
sir.
No, sir.
Kasi if we about to factor out x, 5x squared minus 20, that would become 5x squared minus 4, di ba? And we all know that x squared minus 4 has 2 factors. It could be x plus 4 and x minus 4. Di ba? So, ayun. So, ibig sabihin, yan siya. Simplified na siya. Anyway, sige, dahil simplified na siya, pwede na natin siya diretsuhin to find our asymptotes. So, we have here x-intercepts. So, x-intercepts. Paano na nga daw kunin si x-intercepts? Ano may tumalsik na laway? Ano yung x-intercepts? Okay, ang sabi sa x-intercepts, kunin daw po yung zeros na denominator, ni numerator. Kunin ang zeros na numerator. Paano kunin ang zeros? X-intercept is same as zeros. Diba? Kunin daw ang zeros ng numerator, pero make sure that our function is already simplified. Pero in this case nga, in r of x is already in its simplified version. So, how do we get the x-intercept and or the zeros? Because they are just the same, di ba? So, paano kunin? Based on our definition kanina or our hint, we should equate the numerator to 0. So, paano siya? 5x squared minus 20 is the numerator, and then equate this to 0. Okay? Ngayon po, simplify further. So we have 5x squared equals 20 positive because it was transposed at the other side of the equation. And then divide both sides by 5, divide both sides by 5, cancel. We have x squared equals 4. Now, square root both sides. So we have x is equal to 2. Class, take note. I know that this was taught in your junior high school mathematics. Naturo ko sa inyo that if we are about to square root a number, a positive number, and in an equation, it should have its positive and negative counterparts. Diba? Kasi, balik rin natin. Negative 2 squared is positive 4. Positive 2 squared is positive 4 pa rin. So, ibig sabihin, ang square root ni 4 ay maaaring negative 2 and positive 2. Tama? So, dapat positive and negative 2. Okay? So, that means our x-intercepts are x equals positive and negative 2. Sir, bakit nga, sir? Kung di niyo talaga maintindihan, ganito. Balik tayo sa x squared equals 4. Diba? And then, ilipat ko si 4 sa kabila. So, we have x squared minus 4 equals 0. And then, factor out x squared minus 4 kasi it's quadratic. So, we have x plus 4 and x minus 4 by the virtue of difference of two squares. Tama? Nireview natin ito siya nakaraan. And then, equals 0. So, x plus 4 equals 0 and x minus 4 equals 0. So, we have x is equal to negative 4. Negative 2 rather. Baliw. Mali. Wala nag-react. Nakakainis. Ayan. So, dapat 2. Kasi x minus 4 is the factors ng square root ng both terms. So, we have x plus 2 and x minus 2. So, x is equal to negative 2 and x is equal to positive 2. See? So, sign matters. So, we have positive and negative 2 as x-intercepts. Okay? Nakuha po ba?
Opo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Opo, sir.
Anyone from the class? Nakuha ba ako? Ibig sabihin, pag wala nagsabing yes, may question. Is there any question?
Nakuha, sir.
Yes.
Kuha po, sir.
Hindi ka nakamute.
Ay, ayan.
Opo, sir.
Ayun. Ako pala yung sorry. Nakamute pa yung laptop. Ang sakat sa wrong. May question pa ba kayo? May nagsasalita ba kanina? Mukha namang wala. Kasi nakikita ko yung nagsasalita eh. Ayan. Sige, joke lang. Okay. Okay, let's proceed to, so that's x-intercept. That's how we get x-intercept. Okay? Ngayon class, we will, tawag dito, we will now find the y-intercept. So, si y-intercept is actually much easier than the x-intercept. So, we have here y-intercept. Paano kunin si y-intercept, sir? Y-intercept is computed as x is equal to 0. Okay? So, we have to substitute the 0 to all of the axes of the function. So, we have r of 0 is equal to 5 times 0 squared minus 20 all over 0 plus 3. Question. Sige, mamaya na pala. Joke lang, di pa nakasimplify. So, 0 squared, any number that is raised, 0 that is raised to any number is still 0. Okay? Kahit 1 million pa yan, kahit 10 billion, ganun. Kahit pi, kahit negative number, ang 0, kung ano man yung exponent ng 0, 0 pa rin yan siya. So, we have 0 squared is 0 times 5. That's 0 minus 20 over 0 plus 3. So we have negative 20 over 3. Naka-lowest term na ba to? Yes. Okay. 20 and 3 are both relatively prime. When we say relatively prime, di na siya pwede i-lowest term. Yung 20 and 3, walang common factors. Okay? And then, okay. So that would be our y. Ang r of x is y, di ba? So, y is equal to negative 20 over 3. Based sa ating y-intercept na nakuha, ayan, y-intercept na nakuha, we have y is equal to negative 20 over 3. How can you compare that answer based dun sa ating function? Sige nga. Ay, sorry. Sorry. Ay, nakikita yan. Anong observation nyo, class? From our y-intercept, yung y is equal to negative 20 over 3, tapos i-compare natin siya sa ating function. Ano yung mapapansin ninyo? Wala. Alam, natalo kayo ng Aristotle. Yung
Meron. Meron,
ano,
sir.
Yes, Dion. What's the observation?
Yung may mga X, sir, mawawala po.
Tapos?
Yung mga matitira lang po, yung mga walang X.
Okay, anong tawag dun sa mga walang X na yon?
Constant.
Okay, very good. So, tama si Dion. Okay, so very good. That is a very good observation. As you can see, class, negative 20 over 3 is simply the constants of our, what? Of our function. Kung titignan natin, meron tayo ditong negative 20. Diba? Ayan, negative 20. And we have positive 3. So kung kukunin natin yan, kung kukunin natin to siya, ayan. So we have here negative 20 over positive 3. So simplify further, pwede natin ilagay yung negative sign sa gitna or sa taas. So we have negative 20 over 3. Same ba sila dito sa ating y-intercept? Yes.
Yes.
So you can find the y-intercepts without solving our function. Okay? Madaling isolve si y-intercept without solving a function. By simply checking or looking at our function, 'di ba? Pero that is only applicable to rational and polynomials. Okay? Dito sa rational function pwede pa siya. So, yon. Okay? So, bakit kaya, sir? Kasi nga po, since x, may mga x na rin yan siya, di ba? Since 0 lang din ang ipapalit natin, talaga mawawala yung value nun. Kahit gaano pa kalaki yung exponent or yung numerical coefficient, di ba? Yon ang matitira. Yung constant. Kasi mawawala ngayong may mga excess. So, that is one good observation. And, pwede nang, ito na agad kunin nyo. Ayusin nyo lang yung pagkakasulat. So, we have negative 20 over 3. Pag ilalim yung negative, edi taas mo lang yung negative. Diba? Kung both negative, edi magiging positive siya. And so, okay. Ngayon, if you have trust issues, like you need to see such evidence to ano ko na yung term, para paniwalaan nyo na yun talaga yung answer. Pag hindi talaga kayo kampante, sasagot nyo na negative 20 over 3 talaga by simply looking at the function, pwede namang isolve. Okay? Pareho lang din naman yung points kapag tinignan mo lang at saka nag-solve ka. The thing is, what is easier? And what makes you sure about your answer? Diba? If you have logical basis naman din, therefore, your answer is correct. Speaking of logical basis, ayun pala, not really most of the students, some of the students ask kasi they have their own way of solving. Katulad nakaraan, di ba? May mga activity ako. They have their own way of solving their problem. Or, I mean, the problems that I given to you in your learning activity sheet. May iba na hindi nagpa-follow sa steps na ginagawa ko. May iba na nagda-divert talaga. It's okay. Okay? it's okay to, to go to the different path as long as we met at the same place. What I mean is, okay lang na magkaroon kayo ng ibang formula. Okay? As long as you arrive at the correct answer. And as along the way, dun sa solution ninyo, you have logical or systematic, tawag dito, it is logical or systematic acceptable in mathematics. Okay? So it should be mathematically acceptable. Mamaya kasi, tawag dito, tama kayo na ang sagot nyo dito sa x-intercept ay positive and negative 2. Pero yung solution nyo ay mali. So, still, wala pa rin kwenta. Okay? So, dapat, though iba kayo na solution, pero when I look at your solution, it should be logically correct. Okay? Siyempre, babalikan ko kayo doon. Kasi pag chinek ko yun at iba yung solution nyo, tatanungin ko kayo. Ba't naging ganito? Sa tingin, ba't ka naging ganito? Okay? Yun siya. Kasi nga, di ba, we have the saying, there are different ways to kill a cat. Pwedeng lunurin nyo, saksakin nyo sa leeg, pugutan nyo ng ulo, and so, or there are different ways to dress a chicken. Pwedeng buhay parang tanggalan nyo na ng balahibo, pakuluan ng tubig bago tanggalin ng balahibo, and so, patayin muna, and so, di ba? Yun. So, we have different ways in approaching a problem kasi we are all unique individual, and so, yun. Wala akong nag-ano na per dev. Anyway, so, yun lang naman. Di ba? Mas madali lang talaga ang intercepts. And yeah, I promise na mas madali itong week na ito compared dun sa 2 previous weeks that we have discussed. Okay, so let's proceed. Let's have second example. Okay, what would be our second example? Ay, sorry. Di ko nabura. Okay, second example is, ayan. So we have s of x is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 all over 2x plus 4. Ayan, let's proceed to the second example sheet. Ayan. Okay, so we have here 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2x plus 4. Now, based on our first example, I'll be giving you, ano ba? Ano oras na? I'll be giving you, let's say, 3 minutes to do on your own muna. Ayan. And then, later on, we will, based on my discussion and this example, we will check if your answers are correct. Okay? So, kayo muna yung gagawa at, ano muna ngayon? With this example. Okay? So, yung ibang hindi gumagawa, bahala kayo dyan. Basta ako, I give you time to do on your own. And so, ayan. So, you may now start doing your, the example number 2, sorry. Okay, so time starts now.
Epic eh.
Okay, so let's check your work. Okay, so we have here our second example. We have S of X is equal to, ay, nangyari? Ayan. S of X is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 all over 2x plus 4. Ayan. So, ayan. So, ano unang gagawin na nga pag ganyan? Sige nga. Anyone from, sige, magtatawag na lang ako. Wait lang. Sige, let's have, sige, sino yun? Sige, when we are finding for x-intercept, sige, x-intercept. Sige nga, x-intercepts. Paano kukunin sa x-intercept?
Yung numerator po, sir, equal to 0.
Okay, yung numerator is what?
Equal to 0 po.
Okay, so the numerator should be equal to 0. Okay, thank you, Alea. So that would be 3 over 2x plus 3 equals 0. But make sure that when we about to equate the numerator to 0, dapat po our function should be simplified. Para hindi na tayo, kasi class, ganito yan siya. May part ng book na tawag dito, na hindi sinisimplify yung function, and then ang ginagawa is parang hinahanap pa yung denominator bago yung numerator. Pwede namang hindi na. Ganito na lang. I-simplify niyo yung function, tapos yung new function na yung gagamitin ninyo. Okay? In this case, sa S of X equals 3 over 2x plus 3 over 2x minus 4, kahit hindi na, okay lang. Okay? Kasi medyo simplified na rin naman siya. Yun. So, pwede na siguro kunin yung numerator. So, si numerator ay kailangan for our x-intercept. So, we need to equate our numerator, the 3 over 2x plus 3 to 0. Kaya meron tayong 3 over 2x plus 3 equals 0. And then, of course, katulad na ginagawa natin lagi, kapag meron na tayong ganyan, we simplify further. So, lipat natin si 3 over 2 si 3 pala sa kabilang side ng equation. Kaya we have negative 3. And then, dahil nga meron tayong fraction na kasama ni x, meron tayong numerical coefficient ni x na tawag dito na fraction, multiply lang natin ng reciprocal niya. Okay? Yung both sides of the equation. So we have 2/3. Bakit, sir, 2/3 ang minultiply? Kasi yan po yung reciprocal ni 3 over 2. And para ma-cancel natin yung 3 over 2. Kasi, tignan nyo. 2, 2, 3, 3 cancel. Diba? So we have here x is equal to negative 6 over 2. Or pwede rin Sige, para diretso na lang. Since pareho namang 3 ang denominator, o cancel, o pero maiwan si negative, 2 ang sagot. Ayan, di ko nasulat kanina, nakalimutan ko. Sabi ko kanina, kapag x-intercept, it is denoted by letter A. So our A is -2. Pero, tandaan nyo, kapag A siya ay makikita sa x. Kaya the x-intercept is -2. So pwede natin sabihin A is equal to -2 kasi that means x-intercept is -2. Pero when we are about to explain that or to interpret that, the x-intercept is at, saan daw makikita ang x-intercept? Is at x is equal to -2. Ibig sabihin sa point na x equals -2, doon ang x-intercept. Okay? So, ito. In this example, kukunin natin yung graph. Okay? Hanap natin yung graph. Pero tapusin muna natin. Kunin muna natin yung y-intercept. So, x-intercept is done. We have a is equal to -2. Next is y-intercept. Y-intercept is, paano kinukuha? May shortcut tayo, di ba? If you have trust issues, you may substitute the x's with 0. But if you want to make your life easier and you are certain, let's have the constant. So the constant is 3 and -4 or 3 over -4. So that would be y is equal to 3 over -4. Ang pangat naman kung nasa negative nasa baba, di ba? So, isipin niyo yung negative, negative na nga siya sa buhay niya, ida-down mo pa, di ba? So angat-angat din natin siya ng slight. So we have y is equal to -3 over 4. So yan po ang ating y-intercept. O kung gusto niyo i-decimal, wag na. Okay na kahit wag na kasi mahirap pa, magkamali pa kayo. Pero kasi sa graph natin mamaya, decimal yung mangyayari. So we have negative ano to, di ba? 0.75. Ayan. So our B is -3 over 4. Okay. Ngayon class, I will open my GeoGebra software. It's actually a graphing software. If we have kuyas and ates na engineering ba? Yeah, engineering or math major or math related subject or IT siguro, they have this software. Okay? So ayan. Ay, wait lang ha. Stop share ko muna. Basta natandaan nyo, -2 and -3/4 ang ating, tawag dito, ang ating intercept. So we have here GeoGebra. So GeoGebra actually is helpful. Okay, actually pwede siya sa pre-calculus. Ayan. Ala, tinuruan ko kay Mandaya. So ayun. Pero syempre, ang purpose naman kasi ni tawag dito, ni GeoGebra is to determine the graph. Yun talaga yung main function niya. At di ko na siya makita. Ay, ito. Wait lang ha. Tagal siya magbukas. So, ayun. GeoGebra is very useful actually. Ayan. Kaya nga sa Gen, hindi na ako nagpapagraph. Kasi nga, sa tunay na buhay ba, mag-graph ka daw? Yes, yeah, oo. Paano kunwari kung kung gusto mo maging, di ba, captain ng ship or piloto, yon. Kasi that is very, very important. Ayan. Kasi you are navigating, you are plotting. Ayan, pwede na i-share. Okay. So, share natin. Ayan. So, makikita nyo ngayon sa class sa ating screen ang ating GeoGebra. So, that is actually a graphing software. Ngayon, i-type natin yung function kanina. So, we have S of X is equal to 3 over 2x. Tama, di ba? 3 over 2x. Ayan. Minus ba yun? Positive pala. Plus 3 all over 2x, tama, minus 4. Tama ba? O tama, bala kayo dyan. Ayan siya. So, yan yung graph natin, class. Hala, nag-lag siya ng slide. Sige, ayan. So, ito yung graph natin ngayon. Kung mapapansin nyo po, dito sa Dito sa part na to, ito sa part na to, ay, may drawing ba nangyayari? Wala. Okay. So, dito sa part na to, ay, nangyari. Ayan. So, dito sa part na to, class, zoom in lang natin, ha? Wait lang. Sa part na, nakita nyo kung saan tumama yung graph? Sa axis. Nakita nyo?
Opo.
Ito, di ba? Okay. So, nagulat ako. Ano yan? Okay. So, wait lang. Zoom in ko lang ng slide. Ayan. So, ayan. Di ba kitang-kita naman kung saan tumama yung graph? Yung iba sa inyo, class, actually, nakakatawa. Pero, sorry ha, kung ma-open kayo. Pero yung iba sa inyo, na-confuse pa rin kung saan si x-axis and y-axis. Pag x-axis, class, ano siya, horizontal. Okay? Yung pahiga. Yung y-axis, yung patayo. Ayan siya. So, yan siya. Ayan. Ngayon, class, ito na. Ito, di ba? Ang sagot natin kanina, A is equal to -2 and B is equal to -3/4. Ang A natin, class, is actually our x-intercept. So, dito, ang x-intercept natin dito tumama si graph. Yung ating graph, yung ating s of x is equal to 3/2x plus 3/2x minus 4. Ngayon, dito siya tumama. Kasi, ang x-intercept natin ay -2. That means, the graph touches the x-axis at x is equal to -2. Same way goes dito. Ayan, kung mapapansin nyo, -0.75. Yan siya. So, yan ay 3/4. Okay? That is equivalent to -3/4. So, itong point na to, ito naman yung ating yan. Yung ating B. Okay? Wherein B, yung B natin, yung B, yung B natin is the y-intercept. Kaya, the point here is the point wherein the graph touches the y at -3/4. Yan yung purpose ni intercept. Bakit siya kailangan? Kasi nga, para malaman natin yung direksyon ng drawing. Okay? And based dun sa ating original module, hindi na original, previous module, based dun sa ating module 2, tinuro, di ba dun kung paano mag-graph? Ayan. The graph of a rational function is a smooth curve. Yan. In tawag dito? In pre-calculus, this is, I'm not sure if this is hyperbola or this is parabola. Parang hyperbola yan siya. Pero anyway, it's not part of GenMath anymore. Ayan. Kaya hindi na ako nagpapagraph kasi bahala si pre-calculus. Okay? So yan. So yan yung graph ng ating function kanina. And nakita nyo na kung ano yung ating intercepts. Yun. Yun lang naman. Okay, sige, let's proceed. Medyo bilis natin ng konti. So, medyo basic lang din naman si intercepts, di ba? Ngayon, let's have the third example. Third example is much complex. Kasi na sinabi ko, class, complex nga. Ganito kasi yan. The concept of finding the x-intercept and the y-intercept is there. Okay? The challenge sa inyo ngayon is to manipulate or to simplify the function. Okay? Paano isi-simplify si function? Ngayon, class, yun na nga po, class, yung magiging problem ninyo. Kasi you need to review, you need to look back, you need to remember and to reminisce those, reminisce talaga. You need to remember all those math concepts that you have learned in your junior high school mathematics that you should be learning. You should learn. Okay? Dapat natutunan nyo na siya kasi it's not my job anymore to recall those things. But siguro oo. Pero to reteach that lesson for you to remember, it's not my naiyak ako, Char. It's not my job anymore ba? Kasi nga it's we're in the complex math. We're in the higher math. Though sana ma-feel niyo na pinapadali ko siya. Ayun, actually pinapadali ko lang talaga siya. Especially not because it's math, not because it's GenMath, it's the nature of GenMath that it should be difficult, but it's COVID kasi. And we have we have very hard, we are having a hard time now to adapt in this situation that we are now, right? So anyway, chismis. Okay. So, obviously, going back to our topic or to our third example, tx is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4 over x squared minus 16 is factorable, right? And maybe if it's factorable, we can, how do I state this? We can cancel or we can simplify the function. So let's try factoring the terms in the numerator and in the denominator. So we have t of x is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4. So since it's quadratic, I guess it can be factored out. Tama? So ano kaya ang factors ni negative 4 na kapag pinag-add natin, we find the sum of it, the answer would be positive 3. Sige nga.
Positive
4
4
and
and negative 1.
1
Or
po.
negative 1.
Okay, positive 4 and negative 1. Very good. Okay, how about x squared minus 16? Okay, this is, oh my God, kakadisturo ko na to last week. Ayan.
4 and negative.
Okay, that would be x plus 4 and x minus 4. Okay. May makakancel ba?
Positive po.
Yes. Cancel C,
Positive
positive 4. Okay, very good. So, what is our function na? Ano yung natira sa function? We have x minus 1 over x minus 4.
X minus 4.
Ayan. So, ito class, ito at saka ito, pareho lang yan sila. Pero kapag, ano nangyari? Ayan. Pero, tandaan, kapag, tawag dito, kapag magkagipitan, I mean, my point is kapag, alam mo pinadali natin siya, pero doon pa rin tayo sa original titingin. Okay? Yun doon pa rin nakafocus. Pero, minadali natin yung trabaho natin. Nakuha niyo ba yung point ko? Kumbaga yung, may kayong subject, di ba? May subject kayo. Tapos, ang gagawin doon sa subject na yon, ito kasi yung sinabi ng teacher. Pero may nakita kayong alternative way to make it easier. Pero, at the end of the day, babalik pa rin kayo doon sa instruction ng teacher. So, parang ganon. So, yun nga. Since this equation is similar, and yeah, they are similar, doon pa rin tayo babalik sa original. Pero, kukunin natin to. Magiging basihan natin to sa t of x. Okay? So, ang ibig ko pong sabihin is, kapag, doon na-simplify natin siya, i-graph natin siya gamit yung nasa taas. Yun. So, yun lang. So, madaling sabi nga, class, ayun nga, gamitin natin yung easier pag nagsosolve. Pero babalik tayo sa original kapag ibang way na naman yung, iba yung gagawin natin. Okay? Pero kapag magpa-find lang ng mga intercepts, asymptotes, yan yung gamitin natin. So, we have the x-intercept. Based on our modified function, ano ang gagawin? Find the numerator. So the numerator is equal to x minus 1. So equate that to 0. Ayan. So x is equal to positive 1 or a is 1. Ayan. Sige. Ngayon class, balik tayo. Paano kaya kung hindi natin siya finactor out at kinuha natin yung x plus 4? Diba? Hindi natin siya pwede makuha ang x-intercept kasi class, nasa denominator din siya. Kasi diba, kapag sinubstitute natin yung 4, nagkuha tayo ng value kunwari, tapos nilagay natin dito sa denominator, kunwari negative 4, di ba mag-undefined siya? Diba? Kunwari negative 4. Yung x-intercept mo negative 4, tapos nilagay mo na sa denominator, di ba magiging 0, magiging undefined yung function, kaya hindi siya considered as x-intercept. Kasi dahil nga undefined siya, hindi siya tatama doon sa point na yon. Okay? Ayan siya. Okay. Ngayon class, eto na. X-intercept is equal to 1. So hanapin natin si y-intercept. Si y-intercept, eto, dahil nga meron tayong simplified version, madali na lang. So our y-intercept is equal to y is equal to negative 1 over negative 4. Kasi yun yung constant. So we have b. Cancel lang si negative. We have b is equal to 1/4. Kung di kayo maniwala, balik tayo sa original form. Ano ang constant original form? We have negative 4 over negative 16. O lowest term nyo class, 1/4 pa rin. Diba? We have b is equal to 1/4. Cancel sa negative. Divide nyo yung both numbers sa 4. Pareho pa din. Okay, so B is 1/4 and A is 1. So, ito class. Kunin nyo to sa class ha. Mamaya i-graph natin siya kasama ng asymptote. So our A is 1. Ayan, A is 1 and our B is 1/4. Ayan. Okay. Question. Sige, bago may magtanong, yun yung paulit-ulit kong class na sinasabi na you need to simplify first the function for you to easy write or to easy solve or easy evaluate the missing. Okay? That is one very good tip that I can give you. It's very good talaga. It's a very amazing tip that I can give you in mathematics. You need first to evaluate before you solve. Okay? Ganun naman lagi, di ba? Question, sige. Walang question? Sige, wait nga ako ng ano. Walang question? Wala? Sige. Ibig sabihin, we can proceed now to our next concept. So we have the asymptote. Ayan. So actually, class, kung mapapansin nyo, yung rocket sa intercept, tumatama. So wait lang. May saktak lang ako. Ayan. Kung mapapansin nyo, yung rocket dun sa intercept, tumatama dun sa planet. Sa Saturn ba yan? Hindi ako sure. Tapos, yung asymptote, hindi siya tumatama, pero lumalapit lang siya. Kasi yan po talaga si asymptote. Di ba? May hugot pa nga about asymptote that ang minsan ng love life ko parang asymptote kasi akala ko siya na. Kasi malapit na talaga, pero hindi pala kami pinagtagpo ng tadhana. Di ba? That is asymptote. And I know, I'm not sure, if you already encountered this in your junior high school mathematics. Anyway, asymptote is the imaginary line. It could be vertical, horizontal, diagonal, and so to which graph gets closer and closer as the x or y increases or decreases its value without limits. Okay? So yun po yung asymptote. Ibig sabihin, it's a line. It's a vertical line or horizontal line wherein palapit lang ng palapit doon si function pero hindi talaga siya mag-i-intercept or tatawid doon sa imaginary line na yon. Okay? Bakit siya imaginary line? Kasi hindi siya part ng graph. Kasi pag solid line ang drawing natin, that would be part of the graph. Okay? Sige. Try natin siya mamaya i-graph. Ngayon, discuss ko muna kung paano siya hinahanap. Okay. So, the asymptotes, we have 2 asymptotes. Actually, we have 3. Okay? 3 asymptotes. Actually, yung isa, ewan ko kung ituturo sa inyo sa pre-calculus, pero we have 3. Pero sa rational functions, we only have 2. Okay? So, we have vertical asymptote and the horizontal asymptote. So, in vertical asymptote, the vertical line where the graph, the vertical line, it's the vertical line where the graph will never intersect. Hindi nga siya tatawid doon, hindi nga siya tatama. And so that would be our vertical asymptote. It happens kapag ang value ng x mo, ginawang undefined yung y. Naalala nyo kapag nagsasubstitute tayo minsan ng x, di ba? Tapos yung value ng x na yon, nangyayari sa function, ginagawa niyang undefined, di ba? Nagiging undefined yung function. Ngayon, yung value ng x na yun po yung point kung saan merong asymptote. Okay? So, yun siya. So, it can be computed. Yun, kinocompute natin siya by equating the denominator to 0. Ayan. Kaya nga dapat sinisimplify natin yung function kasi maaaring may same factor si numerator and denominator. And kapag siya ay asymptote, di na siya intercept. Okay? Kaya nga dapat simplified. And katulad ng sinabi kanina, naalala niyo yung yung domain and range. Tapos condition number 2, di ba? Yun. Kaya ini-exclude natin yung mag-i-equal sa 0 yung denominator kasi siya ay asymptote. Hindi siya tatama doon sa graph. Okay? So yan siya. I-try natin siya mamaya. Next naman is we have the horizontal asymptote. Pag horizontal asymptote, it is actually the horizontal line where the graph will never intersect. Okay, tama nga. Okay, so ito, ayan na. Yung ito pala, nakalimutan ko sabihin. Yung iba sa inyo class, di alam kung ano yung horizontal at vertical line. Ayan na. Minsan nalilito, di ba? Kung di alam, nalilito. So when we say horizontal, di ba, from the word horizon, di ba ito yung sabi nila, it's where the sky and the sea meets. It calls me, Char. Mukha na pala. Ayan. So yung horizon natin is yung pahiga na line, di ba? Yan siya. So, of course, the vertical would be the patayo, yung patayo na line. Pag horizontal, yun yung mga pahiga na line. Okay? And horizontal lines are parallel with the x-axis. Yan. Yun na. And of course, vertical sa y-axis siya. Yan. Okay. So, ayun nga. It happens when the given value of y, kapag may value ng y, wala siyang x. Undefined yung x. Possible ba yun, sir? Yes. Ibig sabihin, may value ka ng y, pero wala kang value ng, may y ka, pero wala kang value ng x. Nangyayari yan siya kasi tumatama siya sa graph. Okay? Can be computed by dividing each term by the variable with the highest degree and where a raised to x, or x raised to a rather, over x raised to b is equal to 0 if a is greater than b. Sir, ano yan? Ganon. Mahirap siya interpret. Pero gagawin natin siya ng way for you to understand. Sige, ito yan siya actually. Sige, gawin natin yung first example. We have first example here. Ayan. Gamitin natin yung mga examples na ginamit natin kanina. So we have r of x is equal to, ayan, sorry, wait lang. Ayusin ko lang. Ayan, x is equal to, r of x rather, is equal to 5x squared minus 20 all over x plus 3. Okay, so ang gagawin natin ngayon class is hanapan natin ng asymptote. So first one, we have the vertical, v na lang ha, vertical asymptote. So how to find the vertical asymptote? Find the zeros of the denominator or equate the denominator to 0. So, ano ang denominator natin? X plus 3 equals 0. Okay. Simplify further. We have x is equal to negative 3. That would be our vertical asymptote. Okay. Ang x class ay pahiga. Pero pag graph nyo yung isang point doon sa ating Cartesian plane, patayo na yun siya. Okay? Sige mamaya, titignan natin sa ating graph. Okay. Eto. Make sure pala na kapag kinuha nyo yung denominator, just like sa intercept, sa x-intercept, dapat class, sinisimplify nyo muna yung ating function. O diba, si r of x ay hindi na pwedeng masimplify. So, okay lang yan siya, diba? So, dapat simplified version yan siya. Okay? So, next natin is horizontal asymptote. Si horizontal asymptote class, ito talaga yung pinakamalala. Kung madali si y-intercept, si horizontal asymptote yung pinakamalala talaga hanapin. Pero, padadalain natin yung trabaho ninyo. Ngayon, class, in horizontal asymptote, you need to find the variable with the highest degree. What is the variable, class? Yung variable natin is yung x. Yun na agad. O variable with highest degree. Ano ang variable with the highest degree natin? What is first the variable? The variable is the x. What is the highest degree?
Squared.
Okay, yung squared, yung 2. Okay? So, kukopyahin natin or hahanapin natin yung variable with the highest degree. So, that would be x. That would be x raised to 2. So, ibig sabihin, kukunin nyo yung variable, tapos hanapin nyo yung pinakamalaking exponent. That is the squared. So, x raised to 2 or x squared. Okay? Next, Anong gagawin natin? Kunin si function. Gawing r of x, kunin si function na r of x is equal to ito. Ngayon, anong gagawin natin, sir? You need to divide all the terms with the variable with the highest degree. Ibig sabihin, each term should have been divided with the variable with the highest degree. So, anong gagawin? So, let's have 5x squared over x squared minus 20 all over x squared all over x squared plus 3 all over x squared. Yan yung sinasabi kong divide all the terms with the highest degree. Ngayon, class, ganito yung gagawin natin. We need to cancel x squared. Okay? Ano yung pwede natin i-cancel? Ito lang. Kailangan ma-cancel yung buong x squared. So, 5 lang. Di ba yung meron? So, kailangan pag na-cancel si x squared, kunin niyo yung natira. Okay? Sulat ko na siya in red ha. R of x is equal to 5. Ngayon po, sir, anong mangyayari doon sa mga hindi na-cancel? That is the interesting part of this horizontal asymptote. Kasi kapag hindi natin ma-cancel yung x, yung buong x squared, yung buong denominator, magiging 0 sila. So, ibig sabihin, itong si 20 over x squared, magiging 0. So, minus 0 all over x squared, magiging 0 kasi hindi na-cancel yung buong x squared, minus 3 over x squared, magiging 0. Ooh, di ba? Interesting. Di ba? So, ibig sabihin, pag hindi ma-cancel si x squared or si variable with the highest degree, magiging 0 siya. Okay? So, 5 minus 0 is 5 all over 0. Ayan. So, what's the answer? 5 divide 0 is?
Undefined.
Undefined.
Very good. So, undefined. Ngayon, class, kapag undefined si vertical asymptote, pag undefined si horizontal asymptote, pag undefined si y-intercept or si x-intercept, ibig sabihin, wala siya nun. In this case, dahil undefined, ang na-compute nating horizontal asymptote, yung y natin is undefined, di ba? R of x is same as di ba? As the y, di ba? Since ang y natin is undefined, yan, therefore, the function has no horizontal asymptote. Kapag undefined ang isang bagay, class na na-compute, wala siya nun. So pag undefined si horizontal asymptote, wala siyang horizontal asymptote. Okay? Nakuha po ba?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Okay. Sige. So yan siya. Sige, let's try another example na lang ulit para especially in this horizontal asymptote. Next example. So we have, ayan. We have s of x is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 all over 2x plus 4. Again, as I've said earlier, since this is our previous example, it is already simplified. So for our vertical asymptote, get our denominator. Ano ang denominator? So we have 2x minus 4. Equate that to 0. Yan. So we have 2x is equal to positive 4. Divide 2. X is equal to positive 2. Okay. For horizontal asymptote, ayan, hori na lang. Horizontal, sige na nga. Horizontal asymptote, gagawin natin is kunin yung variable with the highest degree. Ano ang variable with the highest degree?
X.
Okay, x lang. Okay, so wala tayong exponent, so x lang. So we need to divide all the function, or the terms of the function with the variable with the highest degree. So we have s of x is equal to 3 over 2x over 2 plus 3, over x pala.
Over x, sir.
Yes, ayan. Over x plus 3 over x all over 2x over x minus 4 over x. Lahat siya didividean niyo ng variable with the highest degree. And then, check nyo kung sino yung pwede i-cancel. So, cancel. So, magiging y na ha, y. Kasi horizontal asymptote, it's y. So, we have So we have y is equal to 3 over 2 plus 0 kasi hindi makancel, all over 2 minus 0 kasi hindi makancel. So we have y is equal to 3 over 2 over 2. Kapag nagdi-divide tayo ng number to number, ganito yan siya. I-reciprocal si denominator. And then, multiply na yung operation. So we have here 3 over 2 times 1/2. That would be 3/4. Ayan. Okay. Ngayon, class, sige, tandaan nyo ha. Tandaan nyo to. Grinaph natin to kanina, di ba? Tandaan nyo, class, yung ating vertical asymptote and horizontal asymptote. So we have 2 and 3/4. Ngayon, class, we will be graphing this function. At titignan natin yung ating function. O, ito na yun siya. Ito, nandito pa yung graph natin. So we have, ayan, we have s of x is equal to 3 over 2x plus 3 all over 2x minus 4. So, kunin natin yung mga asymptote kanina. Ano yung asymptote kanina? X is equal to ano yun? 2, di ba? Tama ba?
Apa.
Okay, x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3/4. Tama? Ay, sorry, 3/4. Okay. Yung graph natin yung kulay green. Ngayon, check. Ay, nakikita niyo ba?
Opo, sir.
Ayan. So, ayan siya. So, yung graph natin yung green. And yung black natin dito, kunwari yung imaginary line natin siya. Okay? Imaginary line natin siya. And yung black dyan yung asymptote. Yung kinompute natin kanina as x is equal to 2 and y is equal to 3/4 or 0.75. Kung papansin niyo class, yung graph natin, padikit siya ng padikit doon sa ating asymptote. Pero pag zoom in natin yan siya, hindi talaga yan siya nakadikit. Ayan, nakikita niyo ba? Di ba hindi siya nakadikit? Hanggang palayo yan ang palayo. Hanggang infinity yan. Okay? So, yun yung purpose ng asymptote. The graph gets closer and closer to our asymptote but never, nag-uyog-uyog yung camera. So, but never touches it. Okay? Yan yung sa horizontal asymptote. Yan siya. Sa vertical, ganun din. Yan, padikit na siya ng padikit, pero pag zoom in natin yan siya, di talaga siya didikit. Okay? May time na mukha siyang nakadikit kasi super liit na talaga ng tawag dito, nung number. 'Di ba? Pero hindi talaga siya doon magmi-meet. Okay, naalala niyo class kung ba tayo naghahanap ng domain, 'di ba? 'Di ba kunwari ang domain natin is x is except 2. Ibig sabihin nun class, ito 'yon. Lahat ng numbers tatamaan ng graph maliban doon sa x equals 2. Yan. Kaya may domain tayo na x except 2, di ba? And ito. Pag ang domain natin sa condition number 2 is x is not equal to 2, asymptote yon. Okay? Kapag sa range naman, ganun din, asymptote yon. Ibig sabihin, class, yung exemption natin, yung not equal natin dun sa ating domain and range, ay asymptotes pala. So, yun siya. Okay? May question? May question po? Wala. Sige, wala ha. Okay. So let's proceed to our third example. Ayan. So third example. Okay. So we have t of So we have t of x. So t of x is equal to our is equal to x squared plus 3x minus 4 all over x squared minus 16. So, ang gagawin natin dito, class, is, okay, i-recall natin kung ano yung, tawag dito, yung ating simplified version kanina. Sige, wait lang ha. Ayan, nag-big hi kasi ako. So, ayun. Ay, anyari, wait. So, ayan siya. So, ito yung graph natin. And then, anong gagawin natin? simplify natin yung ating function. So, pag simplify natin ng function natin, wait lang ha. Okay. So, wait lang. Balik tayo. Dun sa ating, sa ating t, tawag dito, ating t of x, dun sa ating t of x class, ayan, i-simplify muna natin yung ating function. And then, pag simplify natin ng function, ayan, ba't da makasulat? Ayan. Pag simplify natin ang ating function, yun na yung gagawin nating steps. Okay? And doing our function. Okay. So we have here nangyari. Okay. So we have here eto t of x. Kanina sa t of x natin is we have, 'di ba? Nung na-simplify natin siya kanina, t of x is equal to x minus 1, tama? X minus 1 over x minus 4. O sige, I'll be giving you 3 minutes to find the asymptotes for this example. Ayan. So we have x over 1 and x minus 4. Bigla kasi nagloko yung PC, yung laptop ko. Wait lang ha, ayusin lang natin ang slide. X over 1 over x minus 4 na. X minus 1 pala. X minus 1 over x minus 4. Okay, sige. Ay, nakamute ba ako? Okay, so we have t of x. Ay, wala pala akong video. Ayan. So we have t of x is equal to, ano na ngayon? X minus 1 all over x minus 4. Okay, so find the vertical asymptote. We have the v asymptote, the vertical asymptote, and then anong gagawin? We need to evaluate or to equate the denominator with 0. So we have x minus 4 equals 0. Okay? So the horizontal asymptote naman is, ayan, the h asymptote, ay sorry, di ko pa natapos, x equals 4, x minus 4 equals 0. So simplify further, lipat si 4, magiging x equals 4. So si horizontal asymptote naman, so ayan, so kunin natin si variable with the highest degree, that is, actually, pwede rin naman class na na yung taas yung kunin ninyo or yung baba. Wala namang kaso. Okay? So, doon na lang tayo sa simplified. So, yung dito na lang. So, ang kukunin natin is yung t of x is equal to x minus 1 over x minus 4. That would be, the variable with the highest degree is x.
X.
Okay. So, we have here t of x is equal to x over x minus 1 over x all over x over x minus 4 over x. So, cancel dito. Ayan, plus nag-cancel tayo ng x over x. It doesn't mean na 0 yon. May kasama yan na number, di ba? May imaginary 1 yan dyan na nakalagay, di ba? Any variable that has no numerical coefficient has a what? Has a imaginary or has really a numerical coefficient that is equal to 1. Dapat alam niyo yun. Alam niyo talaga yun. Talaga, di ba? I-remind ko lang, baka makalimutan nyo. Okay. So we have y is equal to 1 minus 0 all over 1 minus 0. So that would be 1. Okay. So yan ang ating mga asymptotes. And, sige Jat, nakikita kita. Okay. So, i-graph natin yung ating ating function. Let's see nga. Ayan. So saan ang ating graphing software? Ayan. So ayan siya. Ay, nag-wait lang. Nag-i-inerte. Okay. So we have here nangyari. Okay. So, i-graph natin yung function. We have t of x. Ayun na nga yung function natin. T of x is equal to x squared minus 3x, tama ba? Ay, sorry, plus 3x rather. Plus 3x minus 4 all over x squared minus 16. I-graph ko yung original function na. Tama ba? X squared plus 3x minus 4 over x squared minus 16. Ano ang nakuha nating asymptote? X is equal to 2. Ay, ano ba?
4.
4 pala. X is equal to 4. Ayan. And how about our y asymptote or horizontal asymptote? It's 1.
1.
Tama, di ba? Okay. Ano na inaantok na nagsabi ng 1? Okay. Kung mapapansin nyo, class, ayan na. O, katulad ng ginawa natin kanina, di ba? Our graph only gets nearer and nearer or closer and closer to our asymptotes, but never, ever touching it. Okay? So, yan po siya. Ayan, no? So, yan po ang ating graph. Ito po yung ating t, yung t of x. Ang tinype ko kanina yung original. Diba? Ayan. Ayan, no? Yan yung function natin. Okay. So, do you have any questions? May question po ba?
Wala po.
Okay, so it's already 11:20 in my clock. So I guess if you have questions, feel free to ask. You still have 40 minutes. Ayan. Your learning activity sheet is already on your Google Classroom, but I forgot to put deadlines on it. Pero the deadline of your learning activity sheet is a day before your meeting or your schedule in general mathematics. So, kung ang schedules nyo sa akin is Wednesday ngayon, di ba? Wednesday, yung deadline ng inyong learning activity sheet would be next week, Tuesday. Okay? Laging ganon. Tuesday next week, lagi yung inyong deadline. Yung iba sa inyo late pa nagpasa. Kami nagpapasa pa ngayon. Ha? Lalo na may kasunduan tayo na yung about modules, pero unfortunately, we don't have your modules yet in GenMath and actually in some of your subjects. Kaya tiis-tiis muna sa online discussion. Okay? So, last meeting, ayan. Last meeting pala. We don't have meeting pala last meeting. Before we have our discussion, next meeting, ang gagawin ko, magpo-poll ako ulit. Kung if you want some, online discussion, like it's synchronous discussion. Pero kung ayaw nyo, kung may module naman, why not? Pero kapag walang module, for sure, may online discussion tayo, okay? Or kung gusto nyo panoorin na lang yung online discussion ng ibang section, ina-upload ko naman, edi yun na lang. Wala namang kaso sa akin. Mas pabor. Okay? Actually, dapat ngayon hindi na ako magkaklase sa inyo ngayon. Kaso kasi, hindi nga pala ako nagklase sa inyo last weeks. So, klase na lang ako sa inyo. Okay? So, if you have no questions, may questions pa ba? Dali na. 11:22 na. Para gawin nyo na yung assignment nyo kung gusto nyo gawin. Okay, wala na rin ba? Okay, kung wala na po. Okay, kung wala na rin, I hope you are doing okay. Kahit nasa stress na yes, Carl. May nag-raise ng hand. Yes, Carl. You are acknowledged. You have question? Ay, binaba yung kamay.
Wala po, sir. Na-try ko. Na-pindot lang po.
Okay. Ayun pala, speaking, may mga reactions dyan. Pwede naman gamitin yung mga reactions dyan kung, ayan. Kasi minsan gagamitin ko yun. Kung sino yung pangit mag-heart, mga gano'n. Ayun, nag-heart sa Ina. Pangit sa Ina, char lang. Ayun,
No, sir.
joke ko lang. Kasi sabi ko lang kasi nag-heart. Si Zion, parang aminado. O, nag-heart.
I agree.
Ayan. O, diba? You may use your reactions. Ayan. So, anyway, wait lang, may nag-chat. Ano ba to? Tanong ba to? Sumakto. Okay. So, if you have no questions, ayan, feel free to ask. Feel free to ask me. Ayan, we still have more than 30 minutes. So, ayun din pala, short reminder, if you, hindi ko naman discourage yung hunger niyo for learning. Pero if you ask questions, class, don't expect na masagot ko agad. Kasi nga, busy din ako. May personal life din si sir niyo. Nagpa-party rin ako, char. Party talaga. May mga gawaing bahay rin ako, ayan. So, pag magtanong kayo, may time talaga na hindi kayo siya masagot. May time kasi busy ako. Lalo na pa midterms kami this Saturday. May time din ako na tawag dito na nabasa ko naman pero hindi ko sasagutin kasi nga tamad ako, kasi pahinga ko yon, ganun. So, siguro pag nag-chat kayo, don't expect na, lalo na kapag hindi ko time sa inyo, don't expect na sasagutin ko kayo right away. Okay? Like, ASAP. Okay? So, if you have no questions, nag-going na ng heart. So yun lang naman. Reminders lang. At saka pag nagtanong class, okay lang naman sa akin kasi alam niyo yun, yung vibe. I mean, ang gaan-gaan lang siguro ng vibe niyo sa GenMath. Pero kasi not all teachers are like me na okay lang na tanong kayo ng pangbagraan lang. I mean, yung parang lang friend nyo lang. Pero I mean, I'm talking in general. I mean, lahat ng grade 11 na pag nagtanong kayo, ayusin din like, good morning po sir. Tapos diretsuhin niyo na kasi grabe naman kayo, papasuspensin niyo pa yung teachers. Ganon. Basta be polite lang. And alam niyo na yun kung paano. Naka-type nga lang siya. Basta kung paano kayo naging polite like in face-to-face interaction, dapat ganun din ka-polite when you are using social media. Wow. Parang ako hindi. Ayan.
Hindi ka polite.
Oo. Ayun. So, hindi ako magandang, mabuting halimbawa. Anyway, ayun. So, ang daming kuda niya. Saan ang kabuisit? Einstein sa namin. Okay, if you have no more questions, I guess we call it a day.
Wait lang.
Ay, wait lang daw. Ano naman?
Pwede mo mag-Tagalog? Pwede mag-invade ako. Nasaan sila? Hindi ko sila makita.
Ano ba yan? Wait
Kay
lang.
Einstein. Ay, mga pangit.
Dali na.
Lubos-lubusin ko na ha.
Pinaalis ako, di ba? Pinaalis
Oo,
ako.
na-invade ng klase. Guys, GenMath tayo. Parang alam na alam ko talaga. Oy, yung hindi na tayo mag-online class bukas ha. Panoorin nyo na lang yung yung video na sinend ko doon. Wait, tapos basa-basahin nyo rin yung...
Okay po, ma'am.
Okay po, ma'am.
Thank you po,
Okay
ma'am.
po,
Sige
ma'am.
po, ma'am.
No.
Basa-basa natin sa classroom. Tapos, yung requirements doon, wag niyong gagawin na hindi pa agad-agad yung deadline noon. Yung ngayong week, yung last week ang deadline. Yung ginawa niyo last week, this week ang
Thank you po,
deadline.
ma'am.
Thank you,
Thank
ma'am.
you
Thank
po,
you,
ma'am.
Para hindi masaya. -10. Sino man yun?
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next lang ha. Nako talaga. Basta academic language na ang gagamitin, masaya na ako. Ayun lang. Bye, guys!
Wait lang.
Bye.
Bye, ma'am.
Bye, ma'am.
Okay. May nagtanong, ayun pala, may nakita ko nag-message, ayan, kung pwede daw ba magbigay ng example, just like in number 5 doon sa binigay ko. Actually, class, ito nga, katulad ng sinasabi ko, ito ha, madali lang yun yung example number 5. Actually, lahat ng binigay ko is madali. The thing is, the challenge is for you now to, yung challenge sa inyo ngayon is to manipulate that equation. You need to factor that out. And then, alam mo yung ginawa natin sa example number 3? That is the same thing na gagawin natin gagawin nyo pala sa example number, sa item number 5 doon sa inyong learning activity sheet. Okay? So lahat yun class is madali. Kasi the thing na ang tituro ko sa inyo dito is how to find the intercepts and the asymptotes. But manipulating the function is your job anymore. Okay? Ayan. So yun lang naman. So if you have difficulties in manipulating what's this? Yeah, manipulating the functions or the equations, just ask me and then I can give you some supplementary videos that will help you how to manipulate. Okay? Ayun lang naman. Kasi tama. It's true na we don't have the same teacher. Malay niyo yung teacher na to. Nag-mention. Yung teacher niyo dati, talagang hindi nag-focus dun sa topic niyo na kailangan pala sa GenMath. And so, di ko na yun alam, ha? Okay, so, yun lang naman. So, if you have no more concerns, baka sayang yung data niyo for those who have data. Dami pa namang chismis. Okay, so, I think that's all for today. Goodbye, class. Bye-bye. Wala, timing na okay na ako. Bye-bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye, sir. Love you.
Bye po.
Come on,
Bye,
come.
sir. Love,
Bye, sir.
love.
Bye.